Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast, where I'm your host, Mr. Pagan, trying to get light and right and all that stuff, recording from the inside of my vehicle. You know what I mean? I'm um I'm beating my demons. You know what I mean? The episode of this podcast is entitled "Beat Your Demons" or "Beating Your Demons," either way. But I'm striving to beat my demons. I'm striving to help others who's in my life beat their demons as well. You know, it's not an easy task. You know what I mean? What First of all, what do I mean by beat your demons? Right? People don't realize that we deal with demons through other people. We deal with demons through situations, situational demons. You know, demons that other people are influenced by. You know what I mean? It could be a random encounter with somebody that you don't even know, and they just dealing with a lot of demons. And y'all cross paths, and they taking that energy out or putting that energy on you. Beating your demons is substance abuse. When you got a problem in your life, right? When you got a problem in your life where you have to drink or you have to smoke or you have to shoot up or snort something just to get you by, just to get you through. That's a demon that you're dealing with. Those are that's demonic things that you're dealing with right there. And a lot of people can't get past that. A lot of people don't even understand how to get past that, how to continue life without that. You know what I mean? Some people is has some people has have very addictive personalities, right? So once they taste something or try something that they like, they just stuck on it like that. They just stuck on it. Now, a lot of it is mental illness because a lot of people have mental illness that they don't even know they have. You know what I mean? It's like not all mental illness is bad, right? But in the same token, if you don't know you have a mental illness and you going through something and you don't know how to cope with that, that mental illness can be your demon. You know, you have personal demons that you deal with just in your mind alone. And if you can't comprehend that or wrap your mind around it, you can be susceptible to it. You know, it might not be a problem for you when you're 5, when you're 10 years old, because everybody just look at you as being a child. It might not be a problem for you at 15, not a problem at 20, right? Whatever type of illness you got, because you got people around you who's helping you, who's sheltering you, who's, you know what I mean, trying to help make sure that you cool, right? We look at it like it's just your character and your personality. But all the time is not. You know what I mean? And those mental problems that you have, those mental illnesses that you have, could carry well on into your 30s, 40s, 50s for the rest of your fucking life. And you just got that. You just got to deal with that and hope, right, that you could find somebody if you don't want to be alone all your fucking life. Hope that you could find somebody that could either deal with those problems or help you realize that you have this problem, right? These demons that you fighting, this mental illness that you fighting, and get through that and get past that and get the appropriate help or understand these things about yourself so you don't wind up hurting yourself or the people around you. You got to beat those demons. A lot of us got to beat those demons, man. I just went through some shit today, you know, and I really don't want to talk about it on my podcast, but I just went through this thing today, and I use everything in reference to my life on my podcast because what else can I talk about but the things that I go through and been through, my experiences. And by all means, I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect, right? What I strive for is proficiency, right? And I know I got some shit wrong with me too. I'm not, you know what I mean? I just try to be aware of the things that's going on with me in my mind, physically, emotionally. I try to be aware of that. But some people just aren't aware of that. Some people just won't allow you to just, my bad, I got distracted. I was watching something ride past. But some people just won't ever really understand that they have a problem. The biggest demon that a lot of us deal with today, the biggest demons that a lot of us deal with today is mental illness and substance abuse, because you're running from whatever trauma that you've been through and things like that. Oh, and that's some more demons for you. The trauma that you've been through. I mean, a lot of times the shit that we deal with in life is because the reason why we are the way we are in life is because we're dealing with some type of trauma that affected us mentally. We're dealing with a lot of trauma that affected us mentally. I had a woman that I was making videos with. She was my girl for a long time. We just started making these videos and everything. She want to be she's, I still love her and everything, even though what went down was pretty fucked up. But you know, it's like she lost somebody that was very close to her. And because of that, she couldn't see me be happy, or she built up this whole little thing in her mind. And it's a thing where, you know, the whole attitude and everything was based on assumptions and some type of what do you call it? Some type of thing where assumptions and the fact that she lost someone, and to see me interacting with my child in that way made her think that that her child was being hurt by that. And I mean, I was in this woman's life, and I'm still, in this woman's life, hopefully. I don't know. But it's like she just lashed out at me in front of my child and everything, and it really hurt. And I mean, this lady, she mean a lot to me because she was there for me and I was there for her, doing different parts of our life, doing parts of our lives that was really, you know what I mean, hard. Like, I was going through something. You know what I mean? Everybody on this podcast that watch my podcast know that I've been through a lot of shit. You know, I came into her life, and so happened she was going through some things too. And I was there to help her through her situations, just like she wanted to help me through mine. But really, when I look back in hindsight, because in hindsight, hindsight is 2020. You could always see the broader picture of things. It's like, I hate to say it, but it's like you just kept repeating the trauma. She kept repeating the trauma, and that brought about drama in her life. I mean, pushing away people that loved her. Pushing away people that she need in her corner because of who she is and the type of character she is and the type of demons that she was dealing with. She needs somebody in her corner. And I was that person in her corner. You know, and it don't have to be just me. It was a lot of people in her corner that just got pushed away. And I believe it's because of demons that she's dealing with in her life. And it's fine because she's a good person to people. She's a good person to people. But at the same time, when her mind get to working and she start to thinking, well, just like all of us, and I don't want to make this whole podcast about this lady, this woman, right? When she start to think about things and coming up to her own conclusions and making assumptions about things, it like she'll take that, and whatever that is, whatever that conclusion is, or that assumption that she comes up to, like whatever that is, whatever, it's like that's what it is. And you can't convince her nothing else. Like, you can't convince her that it's anything but that. And that's bad. That's bad whenever you can't take words from somebody, advice from somebody, or even if you're right or whatever, that's bad. That's a mental illness right there. Those are demons that you dealt with. Those are demons that she dealt with for a long time that affected her mind, affected her demeanor, her personality. And I'm just using her as an example here. But that's the way it is for a lot of us, you know. And I watched this woman go through it. And I watch others go through it too. And that's the way it is for a lot of us. You know, um, I'm a strong enough person to not let another person's demons affect me. Instead, I try to chase those demons away for a person. I try to get those, I try to release the hold that these demons got on a person that I love. Because I don't want to see nobody hurt themselves or somebody else that they love, or hurt somebody that really loved them and they think that you slight them for whatever reason, or whatever assumption, you know? Like if you tell a drug addict that he got to get off drugs or whatever, he'll rather just get away from you instead of actually facing the fact that he has to get off drugs. You know, when it comes to beating the demons of substance abuse, it's like no matter what you do, if you continue to use whatever substance it is that you're using, it's not going to make your problems go away. It don't even put a band-aid on them. Some people, some morons say that it helps them cope with it and shit. It don't even help you cope with it. All you're doing is inebriating yourself. All you're doing is inebriating yourself to the point where you like, fuck it. That's why everybody loves weed, right? Because it gives you a level of fuck it. You know what I mean? You could say fuck it. I'm just, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Oh, this bill is past due. I can't pay this bill. Fuck it. I'm gonna smoke some weed. You know what I mean? And have some fun or whatever. But to be honest with you, you can't even do that at a certain point in your life. I mean, I realized this because listen, I love different substances. I love dancing with the devil a little bit, right? I play devil's advocate a bit. Yeah, I like to do this and do that. I like to drink every now and then and smoke every now and then, this and that, right? When I'm not trying to get things done in my life. Right? It's a good distraction. It's a good sociable thing if you by yourself, whatever. You know what I mean? If you just want to have some fun. But you can't even do that no more because all this shit out here is taking people down. Even weed is laced with something, all this type of stuff. I can't even smoke a joint or nothing without having the jitters or having anxiety or feeling like, you know what I mean, skittish or whatever about what I'm doing. You know, all of this shit takes us down. You have to defeat your demons. You got to understand that, when you're with a person and they're dealing with demons, that more than likely you're going to have some effect on what they're dealing with too as well. If they have a demon, if they got a monkey on their back, if they got something that they got to deal with, and you don't do the same thing, or you trying to live a better life, or you trying to get ahead and do things right, and they dealing with that, if you can't pull them out of that, if you can't pull them away out of the grips of whatever demon they dealing with, they just gonna pull you down. They gonna pull you down, man. They just gonna pull you down. It's a sad realization that some people can't be helped until they decide to help themselves, especially with beating demons, man. And it pops up from everywhere, from all angles. The shit is like, you gotta understand, like, we really live. People think biblical times were just times um, where biblical times were just times of the Bibles. No, we living in biblical times right now, here today. In this era, we all living in biblical times. Biblical things are still happening. You know, it's to the point where, and I'm still thinking about the same lady who, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, you're so blessed. Like, she's so fucking blessed. have like in different ways so fucking blessed, but at the same time dealing with so many demons that she can't even see the blessings that's right there in front of her eye. And that's sad. That's sad. And all I can say is I really, you know, I prayed that God, that I pray that the creator bless her mind, her soul, and her heart. So that she can get out of whatever rut it is, whatever demons that she battling. Cause that shit is tough, man. You know? And I had to deal with them demons too. I had to deal with them very same demons. I chose, I choose not to let the demons beat me, man. This episode of this podcast is entitled, will be entitled, Beating Our Demons or Defeating Our Demons. I think that's a better title. Defeating Our Demons. Defeat your demons. And that's what I try my best to do is defeat these demons out here that'll have us stuck in fucked up situations all our life. That'll have us stuck with a fucked up mindset all our life. That'll have us stuck getting abused by other fucking people who's dealing with demons. And they don't even know, they don't even comprehend what they're dealing with. You always gotta strive to do what's right. You gotta strive to do what's right. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And they don't just Cleanliness is next to godliness. And they don't just mean having a clean ass or a clean house. It means clean your soul, clean your spirit, clean your thoughts, clean the things that you say. Yeah, I curse every now and then, but I try to make sure that I'm pure in my intentions. Because I live in the world don't mean I'm a man of the world. I strive to be pure in my intentions. To be honest, bro, what I went through today, you know what I mean? Hold on, I'm gonna get back to that. To be honest, I put a lot of things that I've been pursuing on the back burner just to help this person out. And I'm still thinking about it because it's fresh. This shit is all happening today. And I put a lot of things that I've been dealing with in my own personal life, and God knows I've been dealing with a lot of things. I put a lot of things that I need to get accomplished on the back burner just to just to help this person get through a tough time in her life. But I always get the ass to kiss. I always get the this, the that, and I'm just, you know, I get disrespected sometimes. And it's like disrespect is disrespect. You know what I mean? Disrespect is disrespect. I'm not the type of person to lash out or whatever. I just take it and I try to analyze it and see where this is coming from. Where is all this coming from? Why are you an angry woman? Why are you an angry person? Why are you why are your ways your ways? Now, if a person could take criticism, you can really grow from these things. You could grow from a person giving you a little bit of critique on what's going on in your life and why you may act the way you act in your life. It can actually help you grow because a person that's being honest with you, a person that's keeping it real with you, a person that's not going to continue to give you something that's going to hurt you, is trying to help you. But if you don't want the help, or if you don't realize that it's a problem, whatever, and even if you do realize it's a problem, because some people know that they got a problem, they just can't seem to get out of that rut. They can't seem to fix that rut that they in. That demon has a hold on them so fucking tight that they gotta wake up and get it. They gotta wake up and get whatever it is that got a hold of them, you know? It's sad. You know, this shit is sad, man. And me seeing that and realizing that and going through these situations that I've been going through, I promised myself and my children that I would never go through this shit again. I just want to live my life right. I got a lot of things coming up ahead that's good for me. I'm in a fucked up position now, but it's not the end all be all of what I'm about. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be bigger than the position that I'm in now. You know what I mean? And I just never want my kids in a position like this in their lives. I don't ever want my children to have to deal with some shit and not had no help from nobody. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up. It's a fucked up feeling. It's a fucked up situation. All of it, you know? Because you grow to love. Like why I'm not perfect. I have my demons as well. You know? I just try to have them under control, right? But when you it's fucked up because when you trying to help a person with their demons and you start to love a person and see what they dealing with, and see what they battling, and see what they going through, and you trying to help them through that, and they push you away, that shit hurt. Or when they let their demons defeat them, because a lot of people let their demons defeat them, man. A lot of people that pass away die because they overdosed, because they drunk too much, because they smoked too much, because they shot up too much, because they didn't know when to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Some people just don't know when to be quiet. They demon is their ego. Some people just fall to the wayside, man, because of their own attitude, their own demons that they battle. I want to say character and personality, but your characteristic and your personality ain't your demon. The demons that you deal with are the everyday shit that you deal with from other people, from yourself, from something that you're addicted to, from the bill collectors. Like that shit is bad. When you got bill collectors on your ass and you can't figure out a way out of it, now you got all this worration and stress. That's a demon. Worration and stress. Your own mind could be your worst enemy. Your own mind, though, the very thing that got you being cognitive about what's going on out here and being aware and being able to do what you got to do on a daily basis can be your own demon. Your thoughts. You can have demonic thoughts that you're battling and don't know how to deal with them. And you don't know how to get through. I'm going to say this, go to the creator, go to God, get it right that way, man. All of us need a higher power, somebody to talk to, but you got to be willing to let this person or people talk to you. And if it's God, that's the best one, the creator. You got to understand, you're not always going to hear something back. God will make moves the creator will make moves in your life. But some people expect to hear a clear voice. They want to hear the words of God just speak out to them. But some of us don't get that. Some of us get that. I'm not going to lie to y'all at all. I get words from the creator and it's so touching when I get those words. It's so touching when I can hear the voice of my grandmother, even though I know that she's in the great beyond, you know? I try to help other people out because if I meditate on a certain person or a certain soul, you'll get a message from them. It's like some Dionne Warwick shit. It's real though. It's like some Dionne Warwick shit. And it's real. And it's like, you're like, where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? Where's that going? Like it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's heavy. It's heavy. But people got to be more aware of the demons that they battle, and you gotta know that we're here to do this work. We're here to do this work. You can't let nothing defeat you. You can't let substance abuse defeat you. You can't let a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend defeat you because they're dealing with some bullshit. And to be honest with you, if you're dealing with somebody and they're not actively listening to you or trying to help you with your problems at all, then they're not really your person. If you with somebody who you believe is your friend or that love you or whatever, but they keep bringing you the very thing, the very demon that's fucking with you, i.e., if you got a friend, right, and he know that you're alcoholic and he continue to bring you alcohol, right, and get you drunk, even though he know you got a problem with alcohol, even though he know that it's a fucking you up health-wise, mentally, spiritually, everything, and he's going to continue to bring you alcohol and continue to put poison in your system, not really your friend. That's called helping you to your own detriment. And some people do it without even realizing they're doing it. Some people is just selfish. I wanted to say stupid or dumb, but some people are just fucking selfish to the point where they don't care if you're going through something or not. Some people just want to keep you in an inebriated state. They continue to fuck you or whatever it is. In one way or another, they fuck you. Physically, mentally, emotionally, for whatever you could give them or whatever you're doing for them and things like that. I'm not that type of person. I can't be that type of person. I love you. I'm gonna tell you something bad for you. If you ask for it, I'm not gonna want to give it to you. I'm gonna be very, you know, standoffish about giving you something that's bad for you. Something that I see you dealing with that's fucking you up as a person. But then the person who's trying to help you out, right? I.e. me, would get looked at like, oh, fuck out of here, you corny, this and that, because I'm trying to help you out. Because I'm trying to tell you the right things to do. But you could talk to this person and they're gonna continue to help you with the dumb with the demon shit that you need. But they gonna keep giving you the substance that you need, that you want, that you think you want, but you know you damn well don't need. It's not me. Not me. Well, from now on, I'm gonna just say to myself, if I can, I just want to be. If I'm not meeting somebody and getting with somebody that's equally yoked, because I do like having a companion in my life, right? I do like having a female. You know what I mean? I don't really hang too much with a big crowd of people and all that. But I love having somebody that I could talk to and hold that night and things like that. You know, somebody to give me comfort and joy, just like I want to give to them. You know, I can't find that or I can't have that, then I'd rather just be by myself. I would never invest so much into somebody, especially when I know or understand that they dealing with demons. My thing is I love hard. I love hard. That's my demon right there. My demon is love. And love can be a demon too. Because once you get involved with somebody and you love this person so much, even if they doing shit to hurt you, even if they doing shit to hurt themselves, even if something is going on that you don't like or whatever, you're willing to deal with that because that love, that aspect of love, that level of love that you're dealing with, that level of love is keeping you holding on to them, even though they could hurt you so easily. You know what I mean? I'm tired of that. Me personally, I'm tired of dealing with somebody who's always just, you know, Too many ups and downs. I can't deal with the attitude shit. I'm more of a cool, calm, collective type of person. Every now and then you catch me on my rah-rah shit. Once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon, I be on my, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck shit. But other than that, I'm always chill, always cool, always calm, collective. I don't like stress from my lover or my companion, the one that I'm dealing with, the lady I'm dealing with. It's too much, especially if I ain't do shit wrong. Especially if I ain't do shit wrong. If I ain't do shit wrong, it's like, damn, now I just gotta deal with this shit until I can make this person be happy or they happy again or they give you a bullshit apology. I don't even want apologies from nobody no more. Like, you did what you did because you did it. Don't apologize. Just don't do it again. You did what you did because you did it. Just don't do it again. Don't apologize. Just don't do it. I don't want to hear the apologies, the sad stories, this and that. Just don't do it. We know why it happened. We can sit here and analyze it and talk about it. And yeah, that may help for these same situations not to happen in the future. But why keep apologizing when you keep doing the same shit to a person? Just don't fucking do it. Just stop doing it. Cease whatever behavior it is that's fucking you up. Cease it. Stop. Just cut it off. I cut a lot of shit out my life, man. I cut family out my life. I cut friends out my life. You know, so-called family, so-called friends. And I mean, they really friends and really family. But I say so-called because who's there for me right now? You know? Just thank God. I see the silver lining and everything. And I just thank God that I was able to get out of the situation that I was in, you know, without being out on the streets or whatever. I mean, technically, because still I'm in this fucking car. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in this car right now. I got my wheels. You know what I mean? But shit, you think I want to sleep in the car right now? Fuck no. I want to sleep in the car right now. I'm sleeping in this motherfucking car tonight because I got shit to do in the morning. I got obligations that I made, and I got to pay for this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And it's sad. You know what I mean? It's sad. What even hurt me worse is my daughter had to witness this person's breakdown, this person's mental breakdown or emotional breakdown, you know? And I wasn't even in the wrong about shit. I wasn't in the wrong about nothing. Wasn't in the wrong about nothing. She just flipped out. Boom. Daddy daughter day was over. Well, lo and behold, I still had my daddy daughter day. Me and my daughter had a great day today, besides the bullshit. But, you know, lo and behold, boom, ruined my whole shit. It is what it is, because we still enjoyed ourselves, went elsewhere, you know what I mean? Had a good time, you know, and that was that. In the same token, I just pray to the creator, man, you know, and it's a good saying that I learned. It's called where our thoughts go, our energy flow. Where our thoughts goes, our energy flows. And that's a true thing. And my thoughts is all my thoughts is just doing better. All my thoughts is just to do better and try not to have demons in my life. This is even a demon. My little vape thing that I like to vape and shit like that. Ain't no weed or nothing, but it's just a regular vape. I like to blow the clouds and blow smoke rings and shit like that. It's fun. It's something to do. It's something that relaxes me or whatever. So I do it. Is it hurting anybody? No. Is it hurting me? Not that I know of. It's not making me high or intoxicated or nothing like that. It's just something to do. And you see the O's and shit? I've been vaping for a long time. If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see a bunch of vape videos and other videos as well that I do on YouTube. I just gotta focus on me, man. I just gotta refocus on me, you know. And I don't like to go in a circle, but I even think I got an episode of my podcast called "Focus on You." You know what I mean, or something like that. Focus on you. You know what I mean. But I got to get back to that. You know, my love for a person. You know, just and I mean, it's crazy. The stories that we got to tell is just wow. Like we could really write books and movies based on these lives. And I even got an episode of the podcast called Life is a Movie or something like that. I gotta go back and look and check. But it's like, you know, you live in a movie. You live in a movie. This is a movie for the gods that we live in. You know? This is a movie for the gods, the all-seeing eyes, seeing everything that you're dealing with, whether people know about it or not. That's why they say what's done in the dark always will come to light. Because it's all seen, heard, and recorded by how higher power. Everything that you go through, everything that you do, every wrong thing, every right thing, you know, how you lived your life is all being recorded. And you can't tell me that it's not. You can't tell me that it's not. I don't even believe in coincidences no more. None of this shit is a coincidence. Everything happens in life for a reason. So I'm gonna take it as if what I'm going through right now happening for a reason. And I'm in good spirits and I have good faith, right? And I'm staying optimistic for the future and my thoughts are genuine, right? So my thoughts is gonna flow towards something positive to knowing that I'm gonna make it past whatever point that I am in right now, whatever rut that I'm in right now. I just gotta keep doing what I gotta do as a man, you know, as a person, period. Because every woman gotta do what they gotta do, you know. Just some people let their demons get the best of them and they just can't see a way out, see a way through. But there's always a way through. There's always a way out. You could do it. You can make it through, you know. Be honest, I just pray that my friend, my lady friend, my girlfriend, my whatever, you know, now, I just pray that she make it through, you know, because I don't like to see good people go down like that, you know. I don't. I don't like to see good people go down like that, you know. I'm a good person. I got a good heart. I'm genuine all the time. So, but yeah, this has been a nice episode of my podcast right here. um, Thank you everybody for supporting me and watching my podcast. Um, yeah, thank y'all. Right, my name is Mr. Pagan. This is God Concept Podcast. And yeah, see y'all next time. Peace.